Hi there, my name is Daniel Sulzbach, also known as Mr. Repzion here on the interwebs. I wanted to make this video today because this is something that is really important to me, and I want people to listen to what I have to say. If anything, this is probably one of my most important videos of 2018, and I really hope it makes you think critically about your own life and your decisions, but most of all, what you do with your time. For those of you who don't know, I've had Twitter since 2009. And recently, a lot of speculation and a lot of talk has been stirring on the internet about where and what exactly happened to my Mr. Repzion Twitter account. I had almost 60,000 followers. It had almost 20,000, 30,000 tweets. I was fairly active on my Twitter. A lot of people thought I was suspended. Quick answer, I deleted it. I got rid of my Twitter with nearly 60,000 followers. I had a lot of cool people who followed me, people who read my tweets, I interacted and DM'd with people. It was a fun run for me on Twitter. But let me tell you a story. And this is a true story. This is a story about me. In 2013, I realized that I had an addiction. I would spend approximately an hour a day browsing through my Facebook. Every single day, 7 days a week. Every single day, 7 days a week. Calculate that. 365 days in a year, an hour a day, 7 days a week. Over time, it really adds up. What weeks turns into months. Months eventually turns into a year within time. I had a problem. I was invested and I was infatuated with browsing through my Facebook feed, seeing what pops up, seeing what's happening in the other lives of my friends and people who I may not associate or talk to anymore. I'm always invested in the lives of others. And I realized through this, actually I realized through therapy, that I was wasting time. Now, we waste time all the time. We do things all day, every day, and we waste little bits of time. But there are more bigger things in our lives that we do, which wastes more time that we shouldn't be wasting. You know, playing video games for fun, relaxation, entertainment, watching movies, yeah. You know, time is kind of subjective. Everybody has certain priorities, certain things are more important than others. I get that. But when it comes right down to the nit and grit of Facebook, for example, I'm sorry, but I can't see a justification for you or for me on why scrolling through every single day on Facebook, invested in the lives of people and liking their statuses, seeing them get married, have children, be successful, whatever, that's not good for your mental health. Just plain and simple, it's not. Investing all your time, or an hour a day in my case, into the lives of other people is not healthy for you. It's not. I've never seen anybody be able to argue that it is healthy. How's it healthy? You know, there's been so many studies on Facebook addiction. People addicted to social media, they get so consumed with investing their time looking at other people's lives on Facebook, and it actually makes people more depressed. You know, you're single, you're not in a relationship, you've had a couple failed relationships, and you see your best friend getting married or in a successful relationship or engaged. That typically brings negative emotions out of you. Not to say that negative emotions are bad. They're normal. They're common. But it's something that you shouldn't be doing. Investing an hour a day, in my case, and some people do it more, in the lives of other people on Facebook. Social media. Social media in of itself is a great, cool, amazing thing. I've been active in it for years. But at the same time, it is detrimental to your mental health, and so many of us don't realize how intrinsically valuable our time is. Time is the one thing that you and I can never, ever, ever get back. And I want to stress that, never get back. You and I can't get time back. So what did I do? I realized that I had this addiction with Facebook. I stopped that addiction, but it didn't stop there. The problem that I went through is that I replaced Facebook with Twitter. And up until literally a week and a half ago, when I terminated my Twitter account, I I replaced my addiction with Facebook to Twitter, and I was doing the same thing. Since 2013, I've been getting on Twitter every single morning. I wake up, I check my phone, I pull up Twitter on my phone, and I scroll through my timeline and read tweets and like tweets and retweet stuff and argue with people. That's not to say that Twitter can't be fun and entertaining. But every single morning, since 2013, spending 30 minutes before I take a shit, before I take my dog to the bathroom, before I do my daily duties, go to school, I spend 30 minutes looking through Twitter. How does that help me as a person? It doesn't. It doesn't help me at all. It has done nothing to help me individually grow. It's done nothing to help me except waste time. And to think that 2013, 14, 15, 16, 5 years of checking Twitter almost every goddamn day. 30 minutes. I'm upset at myself that I would replace an addiction of Facebook with that of Twitter. I had to decathect myself from Twitter, which is why I deleted it. Because I finally saw what I was doing, and that's time that I can never get back. So last week at school, I pulled up my phone several times, because I go for school 8 hours, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Pull up my phone, and I'm realizing, wow, I don't have Twitter anymore. I deleted my Twitter. I deactivated my Twitter. And it's going to be deleted. Like, it takes 30 days for my account to permanently deleted. My Mr. Repzion Twitter is gone. I promise you that. I'm not going to reactivate it. My new Twitter is Sulzbach, by the way. My Twitter is a lot more personal. I don't have it on my phone, because obviously I checked it 5 times in the course of 8 hours. Not having it on my phone, that's an addiction that I had, and I had to break that habit. So I don't have it on my phone anymore. I only look at my Twitter, my new Twitter, when I'm sitting down at my computer. That's it. And already I feel so much better mentally. This generation is consumed by social media. And I'm only realizing now how much of an addiction that people have that they don't even realize of how much time they invest in social media. If your job is social media, it's a bit different. But just a casual consumers who don't make a career on YouTube or Snapchat or Instagram or whatever, these people, normal consumers like my viewers right now, you, spend so much time on social media. And it's robbing you of time that can be spent elsewhere on jobs, on money, on earning money, on things more enjoyable like video games. Or, again, time is a subjective thing, but time is intrinsically valuable. And how you invest your time shows a lot about you as a person. It shows where your priorities are. It shows where your mental health is. And in a lot of ways, social media can actually hinder your growth and development as a person later in your life. All I have is this YouTube channel, my new personal small Twitter, which is a lot smaller in Twitter. I don't want it to be controversial anymore. I have a Snapchat and Instagram. That's it. Snapchat's Repzion, Twitter's Sulzbach. 4 pieces of social media. I'm not going to extend anything past that anymore. I don't want anything more than that. These social media platforms are not bad in themselves, but they rob us of our time in more than negative than positive ways, in my personal opinion. And I don't want you to waste your time anymore. I don't want you to be 21 years old and waste 5 years checking Twitter 30 minutes every single day, which ultimately adds up to over 6, 7, 8 months of your life that you literally wasted, that you can never get back, because you're so obsessed with the tweets. The tweets, man, the tweets. I gotta check the tweets. It's bad. It's so bad that we become so dependent upon social media. I don't want to see you waste your life away like I've done. Because I've wasted so many months, and I can say months, I think even up to a couple of years by now, with how much time I've invested onto Facebook and Twitter. Those 2 things have sucked so much time out of my life. Time that I could be spent being educated, doing welding. I'm in welding now, but I could have done this earlier. We're so distracted by things. Social media distracts us. And the older you get, the less distractions there should be when it comes to social media. I think the older you get, the less and less you should move away from social media, which is ultimately, at the end of the day, that's what I want to do. By age 35, I'm not going to be doing this, I know that. Realizes that time is something you can never get back. You have a family member who's with cancer, like my dad right now, spend time with your dad, spend time with your mom, spend time with your sister, spend time with your brother before it's too late, because time is something you can't get back. And then you're going to be in a point of your life where you're going to realize to yourself, hey, I spent all this time wasting on Twitter where I could have been spending time with somebody who cares for me and I care for them, who's dying of cancer. It's another realization that I've had, is like, time with people who you care about is valuable. That's so much more valuable than checking Twitter every 30 minutes, right? Wouldn't you agree? And don't get me wrong, I hate most people, but the people who are close in your life, they should take priority rather than social media. We cannot live our lives living through other people on a screen. And that's what so many people on YouTube, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, that's what we do. We live vicariously through other people. And sometimes we don't even realize that that's what we're doing. And living vicariously through other people's social media, it screws with us. You struggle with depression, I guarantee you, whether you're clinically depressed or not, that is contributing to you feeling more worthless or more useless, or like there's nothing going well in your life. That's a contributing factor by how much time you spend on social media looking to other people, relying upon those people, your favorite YouTuber tweeting out something that is funny, but at the end of the day, that's you spend every single day doing the same thing. Habits aren't necessarily wrong or bad, but when it becomes a routine to where you have to do it, and you don't even realize subconsciously that you are doing it, then it's an addiction, and it needs to stop. I got rid of Twitter because I was realizing that it brings far more negativity into my life, and that's not to say negativity is always bad, but the type of negativity that I would see on my Twitter was just so petty, I didn't want to read it anymore. And sure, it can be entertaining, but you have to rule out, is entertainment and pettiness and drama and stupid stuff that ultimately at the end of the day doesn't matter, it's not going to help me grow or help me learn or educate me and grow my mind and help me expand my knowledge about the world and cultures and work and jobs and life experiences. Unless I'm getting that from something through social media, I don't want to use it. I feel like I learned so much through my photography that I post on Instagram. And then I can hear people what they have to say in response to my photography. I can get critiqued for that, and I feel like I'm learning through Instagram on what makes a good photo and what doesn't. What I want you to take away from this video here is not that social media is horrible and you should get rid of it all, but rather that your time is intrinsically valuable. And what you waste your time on, you will never be able to get back. And I've realized this literally just this last 2 weeks with stopping my Twitter, constantly tweeting every single day, every 10, 30, 40 minutes. I had almost 30, 40, 50,000 tweets. I think back and I'm like, man, it's a lot of time. A lot of time I've wasted. And at the end of the day, it's also affected my mental health, which is something that you guys know that I care about. I want people to be mentally healthy. And if you're spending 30 minutes every day like I was, excuse me, looking at Twitter, I'd love to hear how exactly that's making a positive difference in your life. I was looking at Facebook and seeing your best friend get in a successful relationship while you remain there single with a job, with a car, but you're like, well, that's something that I really want. I want a relationship like that, but here I am looking at the lives of other people. How's that helping you? How's that helping you improve your life at all? It's not. It's a demotivating factor in your life. And it all happens subconsciously and we don't even know it. So that's what I want you to take away from this video. Time is valuable. Use it. Educating people on time management is so vital for the future of this generation. This generation will not succeed if we become so reliant upon social media to get us through the day that we lose the interconnected interaction we have with people. You know, social media has bred, in a way, social anxiety, to a large part, I believe. Social media has made us less comfortable talking to people face to face. It's taken away from real dialogue. It's not to say you can't have dialogue and conversation through social media. But when it comes to personalized interactions like this, where you sit down and have a cup of coffee with somebody and get to know them, social media has kind of destroyed that. Look at how many online dating sites there are. That's not to say that online dating is bad, but talking online is never going to be the same with sitting down with somebody, with a cup of coffee, going out and talking to them with eye contact, face to face. It just will never be that way. And I feel like social media has taken away, in a large part, basic social human interaction, which in another way has also contributed to our mental health problems. Not going out and talking with people, being around people. And that's not to say I don't like people the majority of the time, but getting out of your comfort zone, talking to humans, other than just being connected through Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram, it can help you. It will help you. So, that's all I gotta say. I hope this video was beneficial in some way or made you realize that your time is valuable. Think about what you waste your time on. Don't be like me. Don't waste several years of your life away living vicariously through the other people through social media. It will bring you down. With all that said, I'd like to recommend an audiobook through Audible, the leading site in audiobooks for your listening, entertainment, and enjoyment. My book recommendation for today is When: The Scientific Secrets of Perfect Timing. This is a book on time management, on how to manage your time properly, whether that be school, whether that be work, it's basically a book that really goes in depth scientifically on how the brain functions and how we manage time and how that time can take a massive toll on ourselves. How to manage our time better so we can accomplish more, how to be more efficient with the things that we do in our daily lives. It is something that's really important and I highly encourage you to check out. If you use my vanity URL linked down below, audible.com/Mr. Repzion, you can get a free 30-day trial along with a free audiobook. They have so many great, fantastic titles. You can also text Mr. Repzion 500 or to get that free trial and that free audiobook. Audiobooks are a way into the future. It allows you to listen anywhere, any place, with the flexibility of your ears rather than your hands. It allows you to do more things at once, which will, at the end of the day, saves time. So check it out below. It's the very first link, audible.com/Mr. Repzion, or text 500 and get your free trial and audiobook today.